Today we are going to learn the graph of y is equal to sin x. How to draw the graph of y is equal to sin x. That is sin graph. But for that purpose, I first took the table. That is the values are x values. I am going to take 0, 90, 180. That is a multiple of 90 up to 720. I took the values. Then next the corresponding y values. You can use calculator and find the value. So use calculator. Sin 0. What is sin 0? Sin 0 is 0. Then sin 90. Sin 90 is 1. Then sin 180. Sin 180 is 0. So find 270. Sin 270 is negative 1. Sin 360, that is 0. Then that way you have to complete this table. Then after that, okay, here I took that here x-axis is 1 centimeter represent 90 degree. Then in y-axis 2 centimeter represent 1 unit. Okay. Then in this case, then first you have to check the values from 0 to 90. Then values from 90 to 180. Okay, check this part. Here first one, sin 0. What is sin 0? Sin 0 is 0. Then you have to check this value. Sin 30. Sin 30 is 0.5. Now the value increased it. See from 0 to 0.5. Sin 60 value is 0.87. The value again increased from 0.5 to 0.87. The next sin 90. What is that value? Is 1. That means from 0 to 90 the sin values are increasing. The next one, sin 120. Sin 120 case that value decreased. Then sin 150 again decreased is 0.5. Then sin 180 that is 0. That is from sin value from 90 degree to 180 degree the values decrease from 1 to 0. Okay. The next one is 210. Then again it is decreasing to which value? The negative value. Then here 270 you will get which number? The negative 1. The same way you can find the other value. What is sin 300? What is sin 330? What is 360? Then you will get clear picture about that graph. That means here from 0 to 90 the values are increasing from 0 to 1. The next 90 to 120. 90 to 120 that value decreased to 0. Sin values are decreased to 0. 1 to 0. Then from 180 to 270 the value again decreased to the number negative 1. That means in sin case the maximum value is 1 and the minimum value is negative 1. Then we can check the graph. Is the graph of the function y is equal to sin x. Now here you can check. Then from 0 to 90 the value increased to 0 to 1. Then from 90 to 180 the value all values are the values decreased to 0. Then 180 to 270. 180 to 270 again it decreased to negative 1. Then 270 to 360. 270 to 360 value increased to the 0. Increase that value increased to 0. Then from 360 to 450. From now you have to check this part 0 to 360. 0 to 360 now we got one curve like this one curve we got 0 to this is the curve 0 to 360. Now again check 360 to 720. So 360 to 720 that curve also the same as this the first curve. This curve that is 0 to 360 curve that part and 360 to 720 that part also both part are same. That is the curve repeats that curve the graph repeats itself every 360 degree. That means from 0 to 360 that graph and 360 to 720 that both graphs are same. Okay, is the sine graph. The next we are going to discuss how to solve the following equation, that is sine equation. We have to find the values of x in between 0 to 360. That is here we have to solve this equation. Let's say equation is a sine. That is equation that is contains sine. That is sine x is equal to 0.5. We have to find the value of x. That values from we have to find the value in between. That is 0 to 360. In each case, this type of question case, we will get two values. I'm going to explain how to solve that question. This type of question. We are using some tricks here. Then here this positive, that is a positive, that is 0.5 is a positive number. The negative number, other question is this negative number. that is sin x is equal to, is the second question, sin x is equal to negative 0.5. I'm going to explain this question, how to do this question in sin case. The first one is the positive case. First we can check this positive case. Here sin x is equal to 0.5, then you have to find sin inverse 0.5. We know how to find that one. Then x is equal to, take the sign to other side, that is x is equal to sin inverse. Sin inverse 0.5. What is the that value? That value is x is equal to 30 degree. Then next one, we have to find one more value. It satisfies this equation. One more value that satisfies this equation. To find that value, we have to find like this, 180 minus this value. That is, to find the next value, we have to use this method, 180 minus this value. What is that value? 30. That answer is 150. That means you can check this one. What is sin 30? Sin 30 we will get 0.5, and use calculator and check what is sin 50. 150. Sin 150 also you will get the answer 0.5. Then that means these two values 30 and 150 are the solution. In this equation sin x is equal to 0.5. The another one case also, that if it is negative, here this answer is this value is right hand side value is negative 0.5. In negative case, first you have to check the same method, the same procedure you have to do here also, that is x is equal, first you have to find x is equal to sin inverse, not negative 0.5. You have to first find x is equal to sin inverse 0.5. Okay, sin inverse 0.5. That don't use negative 0.5. First you have to check sin inverse 0.5, positive 0.5. That time you will get one value for x, that is the value x is equal to 30. It's not a solution. It is not a solution. We took here positive 0.5. That means this is not a solution. We have to find the solution. To find that solution, we know the negative values are after 180. From 180, that graph we learned that one, from 180 to 360, all values of sine are negative. That means the values in between 180 and 360. To find that value, we are using this way. First one is 180 plus this value 30, that is 210. The next one is 360 minus 30, that is 330. That is the other value. One case we used 180 plus that value, other case we used 360 minus that value. Then we can check by, you can use calculator, you can check the value. What is sin 210? You will get the answer negative 0.5. Then what is sin 330? You will get the answer negative 0.5. That means the solutions are 210 and 330. That are the two solutions. Then in this case, that is, if it is a value is a positive, if in the positive case you have to use to find the other solution, you have to use that this way, 180 minus that value. Okay, then to find this negative case, first you have to find the value in positive sin inverse, that positive value. Don't use that is don't use negative 0.5. Here use which one? Positive part. If the question is like this, sin x is equal to negative 0.7. In that case, you have to find sin inverse 0.7. Don't use sin inverse negative 0.7. First you have to find sin inverse 0.7. Then after that value add to which one? 180 plus that value, that is one solution. Then 360 minus that value, that is the other solution. Thank you.